It's that time of the year again. The holidays are about to kick off at Disney World, and with so many things to see and do during this time, we want to make sure you're as prepared as possible so you don't miss out on something that's either new or only happens this time of year. So with that being said, here is an ultimate guide to everything you can see and do at Disney World during the holidays. Let's get on into it. First, let's discuss holiday things that are included in a regular Disney World park ticket. The one thing that I absolutely love about Disney World during the holidays is all of the parks and Disney Springs and the resorts get decked out in holiday decor. This is something you'll want to take the time to stop and enjoy whenever you're at Disney World because it really adds to the atmosphere and it's different from what it's usually like during other times of the year. There's so much garland, Christmas lights, Christmas trees all around the Disney World parks, and it's so fun to look around and see all of the decorations that they have up. I talked about Christmas trees, and each of the Disney World parks get their own Christmas tree, and this is a perfect spot to stop and get a family photo, maybe even your Christmas card photo, so stop and get a picture either with the photo pass or with your own phone. Of all the Disney World parks, I highly recommend visiting Magic Kingdom and Epcot during the holiday season. I love the holiday offerings that they have during normal park hours. As far as Magic Kingdom goes, I love all the decorations that are up and down Main Street, and they actually have a ride that gets a holiday overlay. This is the Jungle Cruise. It turns into the Jingle Cruise during the holidays, so it's very similar to the regular Jungle Cruise that happens during the year, but during the holidays it gets a little holiday twist with some decorations and I'm sure some holiday puns. But new this year in 2023 is a new show that is going to be on Cinderella Castle. This is the Frozen Holiday Surprise Show. This is something that'll happen every evening at 6:15 p.m. in the Magic Kingdom. You can expect to see a show on Cinderella Castle with some new lights, the Frozen characters, and it'll also happen again at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. The other favorite Disney park that I love to visit during the holidays is Epcot because there's so many holiday offerings that you can expect to see during a regular park day. Of course, there's the Christmas trees, all the decorations that you can expect to see, but there's also a ton of food during the Festival of the Holidays, which kicks off at Epcot. This is the holiday festival that happens at Epcot during the holidays, and I love it because there's a bunch of different festival booths that you can try different holiday treats and snacks and food from all around the world. So if you've been to an Epcot festival before, it's very similar in how they have booths all around the world showcase, but in case you haven't been to an Epcot festival before, I'll link a video below sharing all of our tips to make the most of the festivals. Another thing you absolutely will not want to miss at Epcot during the Festival of the Holidays are the holiday storytellers that they have that come out numerous times throughout the day in the different Epcot pavilions. These holiday storytellers are essentially the Santas from all around the world, and they come out and they tell stories of the holidays that happen in their country. I think it's really neat to see this. They are so engaging and funny, and it really gives you an appreciation and see how the holidays are done in different parts of the world. There are a bunch of different storytellers all around the world showcase, so it's fun to kind of see them as you're walking around and enjoying offerings at Epcot. You can actually go on the My Disney Experience app and figure out what times all these storytellers will be out, so that way you can maximize your time and you won't miss them during your visit. You can also meet Santa Claus at Epcot, so if you're wanting to do a fun meet and greet during the holidays, you can head over to the Odyssey Pavilion to meet Santa Claus. And as far as rides go that get a holiday overlay, head over to Living with the Land. I love Living with the Land because during every Epcot festival, it gets a different change and there's props that are added into the ride. But during the holidays, it becomes the glimmering greenhouses, and it's so fun to see different Christmas lights that are put inside of there and see how it's decorated for the holidays. One thing I haven't been able to check out at Epcot yet is the candlelight processional that happened. This is so popular at Epcot during the holidays, and if you're going to be visiting, it's a good thing to go and check out or to keep in mind whenever you're going. But the candlelight processional is a storytelling of Christmas by some celebrity narrator. I'll add a list of the ones that are coming this year that you can go and see. Don't worry, I won't leave out Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. There's still some holiday offerings that come to those parks. I love visiting Hollywood Studios because they have a couple of holiday offerings that I enjoy seeing. If you're aware of the Frozen sing-along that happens at Hollywood Studios during the holiday season, Olaf actually comes to make an appearance at the end of the show. My favorite thing at Hollywood Studios during the holidays is the Sunset Seasons Greeting Show that is a projection show on the Tower of Terror. This is such an amazing show. I love the projections that are on the Tower of Terror. It also snows during the shows, and the laser light show that happens is so neat to see down Sunset Boulevard. And during the day, whenever you're walking around, make sure you visit Toy Story Land because there's different holiday decorations that are in Toy Story Land, and some of the characters even get decked out in holiday attire. Over at Animal Kingdom, you can see the Merry Menagerie, which is a puppet show that comes out in front of the Tree of Life. And there's a Tree of Life show in the evenings, the Holiday Awakenings version of it. So if you're there in the evening, make sure you check that out. But of course, whenever you're walking around, make sure you're appreciating all of the holiday decor decor that is set up during the holiday season, and you can even go visit Mickey and Minnie dressed in their holiday best. So I love that all of these offerings are grouped into your regular park ticket at Disney World, so depending on the park that you're visiting, make sure you're checking out all of the offerings so you can experience it during your park day. But Disney World also has some Christmas parties that you can attend. These are separate ticketed events, so let's chat about both of them, but let's start off with Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party is a separate ticketed event that happens at Magic Kingdom during the holiday season. There are select dates and different nights that this party happens, and like I said, you do have to pay extra in order to go to these parties. This is a Christmas party that happens in the evening at Magic Kingdom on select nights, and the party is completely different from a regular park day that you are at Magic Kingdom. During these parties, there's a special parade that happens, a different fireworks show, you can get some cookies and hot cocoa to drink around the park, and Main Street even turns into a winter wonderland when it starts to snow. There are also some attractions at Magic Kingdom that get a holiday twist. There is the Jingle Cruise that happens during normal park days, but some rides actually get a holiday overlay, which are just exclusive to the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. The one tip I will give for you as far as after-hour parties go at Disney World, I highly recommend looking into these events before you're actually going and figuring out what you want to do whenever you're there at the party. Once the parties officially start to kick off, there's so many things that happen and the time starts to go very quickly. So if you want to see the parade or the fireworks or meet some holiday exclusive characters, prioritize what you want to do so that way you can make the most of your time and see everything that you want during these parties. Since there are only limited days that these parties happen, tickets can book up very quickly as the date for the parties start to get closer. So if you haven't purchased your tickets for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, or if you're even thinking about going, make sure you snag your tickets. The second separate ticketed Christmas party that's going to be happening at Disney World this year is Jollywood Nights over at Hollywood Studios. This is a brand new, all new Christmas party that's happening at Disney World. So even though we haven't yet experienced it, we still know what's going to happen during the party. There's a lot of glitz and glamour that's going to take over the Hollywood Studios atmosphere. In the evenings during select dates from the holiday season, there's going to be a bunch of holiday shows, exclusive characters, and even low wait times for rides. I forgot to mention before, but for Mickey's Very Merry Christmas parties and Jollywood Nights, there's usually some exclusive dining options or treat options during this time. So if you're a fan of eating snacks at Disney World, this might be a thing that you want to check out during these Christmas parties because some of these offerings you can't get during normal park days. But the Disney World parks are not the only place you can find some holiday offerings. Let's talk about some holiday things you can expect to see at Disney Springs. Disney Springs is a free shopping and dining area at Disney World, and if you're not familiar with it, I'll link a video below giving you a full guide of Disney Springs. Disney Springs, of course, gets some holiday decorations for the holiday season, and there's a ton of different stores that you can check out to get some Christmas gifts or some holiday gifts for the season. There's also some places that you can go and eat that have a different holiday twist that you can go and check out that you might want to make reservations for. Disney Springs is one of my favorite things to do on an off day from the park, so if you have an off day during your visit, this might be a cool holiday thing that you want to do, because over at Disney Springs they actually have a Christmas tree walk where you can walk all around Disney Springs and see different Disney Christmas trees that they have decorated around Disney Springs. Typically I think it's called the Christmas tree stroll, but what you can do is go and actually pick up a scavenger hunt paper that shows you where all of the trees are located, and you have to walk around, locate all the trees, and then you can go back and get a pin as a little souvenir. This is such a cute and a free offering at Disney Springs, and I really like it because it gets you to explore Disney Springs a little bit more because you're literally walking all around Disney Springs. We created a video a couple years ago of the Christmas tree stroll, and I'll link that below as well. And as I mentioned, at Disney Springs, that's a great place to shop for some of the holiday merch that they might have at Disney World, but let's go ahead and just touch on that real quick. Like every other season at Disney World, they have a holiday merch line that comes out, and this is so cute to get decked out whenever you go to the parks or to take home to remember your experience by. So at Disney Springs, you can see the full holiday collection that they have, and also at the Disney parks, they always have the collections there as well. But the last thing I want to touch on is another place that you can see some holiday decorations, and this is at the Disney resorts. There are so many Disney World resorts located on Disney World property, but some of these resorts get Christmas decorations as well, and there's a couple that you will definitely want to see. Over at the Grand Floridian, there's a giant gingerbread house that is built and constructed every year for the holidays, and this is a fun place that you're going to want to go and see not only the gingerbread house, but also the large Christmas tree that is in the lobby of the Grand Floridian. When going to see the gingerbread house, you might also want to check out some of the treats that they sell outside of it. There's different gingerbread treats, some other cupcakes, and other sweet treats like that. But also, if you hop on the monorail, you can go over to Disney's Contemporary Resort, where they also sell some other treats and have other gingerbread displays. I love resort hopping at Disney World, and it might seem a little bit confusing at first, first, but I'll share a guide below of easy resort hopping ways so that way you can see all of these holiday offerings. Resort hopping is another thing I like to do when I'm taking a break day at Disney World, so if you have a break day, consider doing Disney Springs and going to see the holiday offerings at the Disney World resorts. Question of the day, what are you looking forward to most during the holidays this year at Disney World? For me, I am so excited to see what Jollywood Nights is like at Hollywood Studios, but with all there is to see and do, you may need a little more information to prepare for your visit. So if you want more details on the 2 Christmas parties that you can experience at Disney World, you can check out this video here, as well as a video that'll share some general tips to help you make the most of your time at Disney World. I hope you have a blast visiting Disney World during the holidays. Eat some sweet treats for me, and we'll see you in the next video. See you guys!